Hello and welcome to my class. Today I am going to teach you all Chapter 1 The Fun They Had, written by Isaac Asimov. Before starting the chapter, I would like to ask you what is the difference between present school and future school? What is your imagination, my dear students? As you are unfortunately lucky to experience both school classrooms and online classrooms. Imagine, and imagine. And frame it into sentences. Try to mention all those sentences here in the comment box. I hope you have mentioned all the points here. Now, let's begin with the theme of the chapter. This story is a science fiction and is set in futuristic scenario of around 150 years hence. It is showing the difference in education system, that is the difference between human teacher and mechanical teacher. The author is expressing his vision of the future of technology, and he is emphasizing on the deterioration or falling human relationship. Example, my dear students, like right now in COVID-19 situation, we all are isolated at home. We are not meeting anyone. So this way the human relationship is deteriorating, right? Now let's talk about the characters of the story. There are 5 main characters in the chapter. Margie is the protagonist or the main character of the story. Margie Jones, a girl of 11 years who is taught by a mechanical teacher, or we can say by a robot. She writes diary to express her feeling. That is why she also wrote about finding a real book. She collected all the information from her friend Tommy. The second character is Tommy. Tommy is a boy of 13 years who lives close to Margie's house and is her good friend. He has much knowledge about how earlier schools were and also about the telebooks. Now you must be having a query that what telebook is. So telebook here means a book made available in text on a television screen. Now let's discuss about the third character, that is mechanical teacher. Mechanical teacher is a robot with a big screen. It has a slot for inserting homework and test papers. And it calculates marks just like Google form test is done. Fourth character is Margie's mother, Mrs. Jones. She appears in the story only during Margie's schooling time. Like she calls county inspector for repairing the mechanical teacher, and also she is calling Margie when it's her study time. The fifth character in the story is the county inspector. He is a round little man and with a red face. He is called to repair the mechanical teacher. He finds the fault and repairs it. And he also assured Margie and her mother that it was mechanical teacher's fault. Now let's discuss the new words given in the chapter. Nonchalantly. Nonchalantly means in a composed and unconcerned manner. Crinkle, make wrinkles or crease, crushed type of paper, right? So the crinkled paper was there. Scornful, expressing extreme contempt or feeling of worthlessness. Punch code, a series of holes punched into a card to be inserted in computer. Now let's summarize the chapter. This is a story set in futuristic scenario in 2157. in this phase of human development, every activity of education has become dependent on electronic media. Right now, we all are dependent on this electronic media, right? Through Google Meet or by making the videos through KinMaster, InShot app, or different type of apps, right? We are having the teaching learning process. So same way, the future schools, it was completely dependent on electronic media. They were telebooks in which the words used to move across the screen. The teachers were mechanical robots, and the school was but an adjacent room in the house. You all are having a school building, but in the future school, Margie and Tommy, they were having the adjacent room as their school, where the student used to sit with the mechanical teacher reading instructions on the screen and giving answers. It was a very boring process as there was no interaction between the teacher and the student, right? Only the assigned work you have to do, and the screen was moving and you have to read. You cannot put your doubts. Like right now also in online learning process, if you are having any doubt, you send those queries to your teachers. But these children, they only used to learn from the mechanical teacher through the screen, and after completing the chapter they were supposed to give the test, and after that evaluation the mechanical teacher, they used to repeat the chapter or they used to move further for the next chapter. The book was on school. The Tommy and Margie found a real book in the chapter, right? And this book was found in the attic of the room, means in the cupboard of the room of Tommy. So this book was based on school. The school was of old system. From this book, these children, they learnt about our school building, how we are coming to school in groups, how we are sitting together, how we are sharing homeworks, how we are learning together. So everything was mentioned in that book. But Margie was very confused or doubtful because she was not able to believe that how is it possible that a school is a place of enjoyment. She hates school in the book, in the chapter, right? They learned that there used to be separate building for schools where children used to go. The classroom contained number of students who were taught by a human teacher, right? Like we are teaching you right now all in online through online mode also. But that time means in the future school, Margie will be taught by mechanical teachers, robo. You are lucky that your teacher can be absent because of health issues or their personal work or anything like that. But mechanical teacher or robot, they are not going to be absent for a single day because they are machines and they are programmed to work accordingly. Margie, she came to know that how same age group students were sitting in the same class and distributing or helping each other the homework given by the teacher. These things were revolving in her mind, and she was thinking of that only. Suddenly her mother calls her and asks her to go to the school because it was her study time. But when she sits for learning, at that time the robot teacher started the lesson of fraction and she was not able to concentrate. She was only thinking of the old school and the children, that the fun they had at the school together. So this was all about the summary of the chapter, my dear students. Now, if you are having any doubt, feel free to ask. You can ask all the queries in the comment section. I'll be responding all the questions. Thank you.